Good evening. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. By my watch, which I have here on my wrist, I can officially say Merry Christmas from all of us here at TCM. Thanks for joining us as we continue our annual Christmas movie marathon. Up next, we have the first Hollywood sound version of one of the most frequently adapted Christmas stories ever written. It's from MGM in 1938, based on a short novel by Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol. Many of you know the premise. The story follows the rather depressing, cynical life of a man called Ebenezer Scrooge. He's a cold, miserly man with no sense of community, certainly no Christmas spirit. His holiday, though, is turned upside down when, on Christmas Eve, he's visited by the ghost of his dead business partner, Jacob Marley. Jacob tells Ebenezer that he's only the first of more ghosts who'll be dropping in. The spirits of Christmases past, present, and future will follow. MGM originally planned to cast one of its biggest stars as Scrooge, Lionel Barrymore. He'd built a reliable following for the role because he performed A Christmas Carol for a nationwide radio broadcast every Christmas day throughout most of the 1930s. It was a pretty significant American holiday tradition. The whole family would gather around the radio to listen to Barrymore as Scrooge. However, moving from the radio to the screen was not in the cards for Barrymore. Before production could begin, Barrymore injured himself on the set of another film, had to back out of A Christmas Carol. His good friend, British actor Reginald Owen, stepped in to play Scrooge, nailing the part. Though Barrymore didn't appear in the film, MGM cleverly persuaded Barrymore to appear in the trailer for the movie, hosting a fireside chat nostalgic of his radio broadcasts, where he announced his pal, Reginald Owen, as Scrooge. "I'm going to introduce a character I've loved for many years," Barrymore said with a welcoming laugh, then added, "Strangely, though, when you meet him, you're going to loathe the very sight of him." Barrymore then called Scrooge as miserable an old windbag as ever faked a sneeze when the collection plate goes by. He'll probably remind you of your landlord. I realize I've made Lionel Barrymore sound like Wilford Brimley selling oatmeal. From MGM 1938, directed by Edwin L. Marin, also with Gene Lockhart, Leo G. Carroll, and Anne Rutherford. Here's A Christmas Carol. MGM's 1938 version of A Christmas Carol marked the only film where actor Gene Lockhart, who played Bob Cratchit, appeared on screen with his real-life wife, Kathleen Lockhart, who played Mrs. Cratchit. The production was a true family affair for the couple. Their daughter June was cast as one of the Cratchit children, Belinda. Gene and Kathleen met when both were part of a troupe of traveling performers for Thomas Edison, presenting his new inventions on whistle-stop tours crisscrossing the country. June Lockhart told writer Ace Collins that when Edison introduced her parents, the sparks really flew. June made her uncredited movie debut in A Christmas Carol, the start of a show business career that lasted 83 years. June Lockhart died just 2 months ago on October 23rd. She was 100 years old. She became a steady working actress as a teen and young adult in Hollywood, featured alongside Bette Davis in All This in Heaven 2, and Judy Garland in another festive favorite here at TCM, Meet Me in St. Louis. Lockhart continued to find success as she matured, mainly on the small screen. She's best known for her Emmy-nominated performance as Ruth Martin on Lassie from 1958 to 1964, and her starring roles on other popular TV shows from the 1960s into the early 70s, like Lost in Space and Petticoat Junction. But it all began for her in A Christmas Carol. Hope you enjoyed the film. Be sure to check out our other holiday favorites on the TCM Hub on HBO Max. Coming up, a holiday pick that always made our first host Robert Osborne's list of Christmas favorites. It's a star-studded anthology film composed of 5 stories filled with Christmas spirit from 1952. O. Henry's Full House is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, O. Henry's Full House, then Beyond Tomorrow, and later Star in the Night. Guide us to more TCM tonight.